Well, hello. How are you doing? Gordon Seymour, thank you, Mitch, very much for the team news as usual, mate. Yeah, we've got Patterson, Hume, O'Nine, Meffem, Sirkin, Neil, Job, Rig, Roberts. We have got Mundell, Isidore, Subs as Moore, Johnson, Hjeldy, Brown, Ashish, Watson, Lesich, Connolly, and Rooson. Yeah, I'd like to see Connolly start like. David Jackson, how you doing? Jonathan Mark, afternoon, Cabby. Good afternoon, Jonathan. Hope you're well. It feels like an age since we're back. It seems to have took forever, doesn't it? So I wonder if the weather's going to affect the game today. Like, it's forecast horrific. Due to hit about 3 o'clock, and then 6 till 12 is going to be pretty bad. Thanks for the subscriber already. Thank you very much indeed for that. Alan Ray, how you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Krispy Kreme, hello, mate. You okay? Colin Horton, 2-0 to the lads. Isidore, how's it hanging all right? Yeah, not too bad. I'm having a lazy Sunday. I much prefer these games on a Saturday, but... And of course, Newcastle lost. Middlesbrough lost. I hope we don't follow suit. Thing is, would people in the chat, would you guys be happy, guys and girls? Would you be happy with a point today? Alan Ray, you alright, mate?
Coming into it, so difficult for them, because they've been in and around the squads for the last couple of years, and getting game time hasn't quite worked out. They've come out of the team, and you look at lads on that bench. When a team sheet goes in, you want to be out there in that starting 11. Now, if you're not getting game time, if you're playing for the 21s or whatever it may be in training, you've got to try and impress the manager, have the right attitude, go about it day to day, try and impress him, and then when the opportunity comes along, if, for instance, Job or Chrissy Rigg, hopefully they don't, pick up a knock, O'Sheesh comes in, he's got to take his opportunity. Abdullah Bar have a good game, then they don't, they're not quite at it, they come out of the team, so they'll be as frustrated. As perhaps the manager and the staff, that they can't rely on getting regular first team football.
Yeah. Okay, that's the Sunderland 11 and bench. We'll look at it in a little bit more detail as we move in.
So I hope we don't get too many problems. But
into our commentary positions, which we're going to head to in a moment. We're broadcasting live here from the sports bar, the Quinn Sports Bar within the Stadium of Light this afternoon. It's a 3 p.m. kickoff. And myself and Danny will take you through the action from the MACKEM Stadium from our commentary position just out of the room here at the Stadium of Light. It's still time if you want to buy your matchday streaming passes around the world. We've already had people getting in touch and saying they're watching in places like Essen in Germany and of course the Far East as well, which they often do. And you can have your say in the post-game programme. Myself and Danny will be back here to do the post-game programme. Use the hashtag AskDanny and talk about anything from the game or anything Sunderland related for that matter as well. We'll be back very soon with full commentary here on SAFC Live.
Yep, so we can expect some disruption. Hopefully it's not going to be too much. John C, hello, how are you? It says 3 points is a must today. Hull are not a great team. No, but that means nothing, does it, compared to where we're concerned. David Jackson says 3-1. Connolly to get the third. I'd like to see him bag a goal, absolutely. 3-0 Gary Hoyle for the lads. Mundell and Job and Connolly to score. Gordon Seymour says, afternoon everyone, and you, Cabby. Good afternoon, Gordon Seymour. So I don't know what the weather's like where you are. It's lovely and clear and sunny here, but it's the winds that's going to do the damage later on. These are the tail ends of the hurricanes, what Florida have been getting over the last couple of weeks or so. So we're getting the tail end of all of these lot. It's nice of the Americans to recycle it, isn't it? It's so very nice and kind of them to do so. Uh, 6-2 to the lads. Cricket score, eh? Yeah, so am I right in thinking there is another international break, and that's on the 14th of November? Something tells me there is. I'm just going to check on the fixtures here. Had a nice lie in today. I didn't get up about 11 o'clock. I was knackered. So we've got Hull away. We've got away to Hull, and just 3 days' time, we are away to Luton, and then we're at home to Oxford. Yes, and I think the international break is we've got Sunderland, Coventry, and then we've got the international break after that. So we've got QPR, Sunderland, Preston, Sunderland, Coventry. And Coventry are really, really poor. And they're our massive bogey team, Coventry City. We never, ever seem to do anything against them. But they are really shocking at the moment. I think they're just one place above the relegation zone. So that's the last game on the 9th of November. And then there's a 2-week break for the international break with the Nations League. And then we're back against Millwall away on the 23rd. So we're away to Hull, away to Luton, home to Oxford, away to QPR, away to Preston. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, and only one of them is at home. The rest, 5 games away from home. That's mad. That's mad. Gordon Seymour will be happy with any win today, but a clean sheet and 3 more goals welcome. Jonathan Mark 6-2 to the lads. Jonathan says, yeah, another waste of time for the Nations League. John C, 3 international breaks so early in the season is way over the top. It never used to be this many international breaks, did it? Before the Nations League kicked in. You only seem to get like 6 to 7 games international breaks. I don't know. I just don't know. But they seem to be, years ago, they seem to be spread out a lot longer. But now they seem to be like every month and a half, and it's an absolute pain in the backside. But I agree with you, John C. Yeah. MACKEM 1973. Did you see Sissoko sending off for Plymouth yesterday? I didn't know what happened there. Was it controversial? Was it a shocking challenge? What exactly happened on that one? I didn't see it. I didn't see it. So I don't know what to expect today, to be quite honest with you. I'm not that confident when it comes to when we're playing away at the moment. It just seemed to be just lacking something away from home. Was it WWE style? I'll have a look at that. I'll have a look at that later on, see how bad that actually is, if you're thinking it is bad. Archie Towers, hi, do you know Samson the mascot? I know Delilah here. Just keeps me company on match days. Oh. Got my other Sunderland badge to put up here. It usually falls off when I get stuck on. Don't know where I can put that today. I'll have to get it stuck on somewhere. Oh well. Samson is your dad, says Archie Towers. They should maybe get you a job there. Fancy dressing up as Delilah? So the guy who does Samson the mascot, you mean inside the costume, is your dad? Yeah. Is the wind starting to pick up now? Hope this roof stays on. We've got 49 people in the chat already. Welcome along to everyone. Get the commentary started in 5 minutes, but it'll be me having a crack on with everybody as well. Yeah, it's kind of... I want to see a good performance from Sunderland. Like, just our away form. So I mean, we lost away to Plymouth. To be fair, that could have gone either way. Watford, I think we were our own downfall, to be honest with you. So it's not as if we've been hammered. But Watford game, we'll just let them come out the blocks. We were too slow. Coming out the blocks. We'll let them, have too much of the play as far as I'm concerned. That's a bloke in a costume. SJ says that means Samson got some not going there. Hi Cabbie, score prediction, says Billy Hansen. Hello Billy, how are you doing? Oh, God's sake, it's such a tricky one. Hello Ken, member of the channel, you alright mate? I don't know what to say about this game. Newcastle lost, Middlesbrough lost. Can we show the North East how it's done? Even Gateside failed to win. They let in a goal at the last minute, 2-2. What can I call it? I'm going to go for... 2-0 Sunderland. But there's a little woodpecker in my head saying also a draw, 1-1 or something. Andrew Muello, mate, he says, fun fact, 30 years ago when I worked at Sunderland Council, there was a lad there called Tony Davison. He left, went to work in the ticket office at Roker Park, became Samson the Cat for several years. Really? That's mental. Gone from the council to Samson the Cat. So he's gone from working for a bunch of pussies to being a pussy himself. Andrew Moore, fast forward many years, he's just left the club last year, being chief executive or something. He was an odd lad. Afternoon, says Andrew. SJ says 1-1. As long as we didn't lose. I'd like to see us get a win. I don't think Hull is as bad as a side what a lot of people are making out to be, mind. Doug B, hello Doug, you're going for a draw as well. It's going to be tight. So after the fixtures so far, Burnley are top of the league with 21 points. We can go back top of the league if we win today. We'll be ahead of them with 1 point. Leeds breathing down our necks. They got a good win against Sheffield United on Friday, 2-0. And they really were the better side as well. So Leeds on third, Sheffield United in fourth. They're both on 19. Wolves let the 3 points slip by conceding the last minute goal against Oxford. They're in fifth. Blackburn, which I'm not too worried about, they're in sixth. But they're on 18 points, Blackburn, and they're in sixth position. And, we're on second on 19, so it's very tightly packed. Up there, Hull City, they're in 14th, roughly say middle of the table. And these are the last few games. They've drew to Plymouth away 1-1. They drew at home to Millwall 0-0. They lost away to Leeds 2-0. They lost at home to Sheffield United 2-0. They won 3-1 against Stoke. Then they won against Cardiff at home 4-1. And then they won at QPR 3-1. They lost at Norwich 4-0. And they had a friendly on the 11th of this month against an Allianz support. And they won that 2-0. So, I don't know. It all depends how you get on the day, to be quite honest with you. Premier League scores, we've got Wolves 1, Manchester City 1. Wolves took the lead through Larson, and Guardiola equalised for Man City on the 33rd minute to make it 1-1. So they'll, of course, hoping to win after Bournemouth beat Arsenal by 2-0. Arsenal getting the man sent off, of course. What else have we got in the chat? Hello, Andrew Muiriggi's first hat-trick. What are we saying? I would take that, mind. David Jackson, I want to put in for the Samson the Cat job. Jonathan Mark, Robert's getting 2 today. I'd like to see him get a goal. Michael Eady, hello, mate. Whoever scores first wins today. Good call. Tony Emerson, hello. He says 3-1 to the lads. Keith Lupton, good day from Perth, Western Australia. Good evening, mate. You all right? And SJ says, just want us to win to reclaim top spot, but our crap away form will undo us. We've got a tough game at Luton on Wednesday, so win here. We could get a draw there. Yeah, I don't fancy my chances at Luton. I hate going to Luton with a passion. We just don't seem to board down there well at all. So let's get the commentary going. Hopefully it'll come on soon. But yeah, we never seem to do well at Luton Town, do we? Oh, dear me. So just waiting for the stream to come on. I've started for the commentary to start. So far there's no audio. Don't say that the wind is going to disrupt the audio commentary here. It says we're live, but we're not getting any sound out of it. So if there's a storm on the way, I think it's going to cause a lot of disruptions. It's supposed to be having the commentary on in the background, but for some reason it is not playing. Andrew, we were Luton all over the place right now, though, so maybe it's time we did them over. It was a good win they got mine against Watford. Kingfisher says, hey, Cabby, help them out, guys. Smash that like button. Thanks a lot, Kingfisher. I'm just going to message Nick Barnes. It says Sunderland constantly seem to have problems with their audio commentary. I'll just message Nick Barnes. He's commentating at the minute. We will get cracking soon. Hi, Nick. I know you're busy. I wonder if it's on because it's on BBC Newcastle. Let's have a look at this. We'll try BBC Newcastle. Because there's no 3 o'clock blackout, is there? Let's have a look.
Again later. If you're looking for a sport commentary, please visit bbc.co.uk/sport commentaries for details. For the latest news and information from where you live, please visit bbc.co.uk/England.
So there's no commentary on BBC Radio Newcastle, and yet there's no commentary coming on the Sunderland FC website. But I'm just going to let Nick know, and hopefully we'll get up and running soon. I'll be giving the commentary as well. We have no sound on SAFC commentary. Hopefully you'll get that sorted soon. Pain in the backside. Pain in the backside. So then, it's currently what I've got at the moment. We are 0-0 and it's 2 minutes and 36 on the clock has gone. Should be as windy down there. Yeah.
Try and get back to clean sheets. Curiosity already this season, early on especially. Goals last week, that second one, between obviously Luke's there alongside.
Can you guys hear this? Can you guys hear this or not? We'll just wait until the SAFC commentary to come up and running. But I'm presuming the storm has a lot to do with this coverage. It's all to do with like the copyright carry on and stuff. And I think because of the storms, that's why the SAFC commentary is down on the website, and I'm paying for it as well. We'll just have to wait till it comes on. Yes, Nick Barnes said he's trying to sort it out at the moment. Thank you. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the match. I don't know what it is with FCFC commentary, like, but it always seemed to have problems with the audio commentary. It's constantly breaking down. I don't know what they're using or what system they've got, but hopefully they'll get going. But at the moment, it's currently 0-0, and Sunderland have possession. They're playing in their blue tops, of course. The Nana's knickers away top, as some people say. Sunderland are just having possession. They're just knocking the ball patiently around. Played a diagonal ball to Pat Roberts, who keeps it in. Tries to get past his man, but he's beaten to it. But Sunderland still attacking over Trey Hume. Needs some support. And Hull City's done enough, and they've smashed it downfield, and a push from the Hull City player there. But no free kick, and Sunderland have a throw in, and it's gone backwards. And all you can hear is the Sunderland fans at Hull City at the moment. Is Neil Trey Hume now? Pat Roberts easily beats his man there, mind. Comes to Chris Reig. He's lost possession, but Sunderland still have it though. They're pressing. They're passing nicely here. He's done a circle in the box. Tries to get across, but it's blocked, and Hull City clear. And a counter-attack now from Hull City. They're on the halfway line. Then Sunderland have a back. It's good determination from Sunderland there, but then a loose pass given away here. Now Hull City are breaking now on the left. Kamara now. Goes left and right. He's in the box, but it's charged down by Trey Hume. Hull City get a shot in, and then it's cleared away. With Sunderland deep in our own half. And Sunderland clear it downfield up to the hardware line. But Hull City still have the ball. It's not working in Australia at £48 waste of time. Yeah, I know. Good tackle there by MACKEM. Throw into Hull City level with the 18-yard penalty area in the Sunderland half. Yeah, he had to time that well, because I mean that was literally in the box, and if he'd got that timing wrong, that would have been a penalty to Hull there. It's back with Patterson. And a sloppy pass there from Hull City, and it's gone back out for a goal kick with Patterson. Sunderland fans there behind Anthony Patterson's goal in the corner. Good coverage from Alfie Jones there. He's headed out, and that's going to be a corner. It's going to be a corner now to Sunderland. Good alertness from Sunderland so far. Jonathan Mark says now it's going the other way. Hull pressing us when we have the ball. Fishkeeper says got comments on Bet365 till get sorted, Cabbie. Well, I'll try my best to fill you in what's going on. So here's the corner, just about to get swung in. Roberts. Sirkin again. He beats him to it yet again. Hull City clear. They've tried to thread the ball through. Stopped by Dan Neil, but still Hull coming forward now. And they play a good ball on left of the penalty area. Loomy beats his man, gets in across. Oof, dangerous there from Hull. Cleared away, but Hull City still have it on the edge of the area. But good challenge there from Sunderland. Clear it away, and then it's hoofed back high into the 18-yard box. Bounces, and Patterson will claim that. Benjamin Parker. UTT. Up the Tigers. Welcome, Benjamin, anyway. Hull doing the same tactics. Listening in from Orlando, 10 in the morning. Welcome, Neil Thompson. Yeah, if you're listening to my horrible voice doing the commentary for you, it's because the commentary is not working on SAFC website at the moment. But he's Sunderland inside the area. Patrick Roberts, he's had a lively start. He finds Trey Hume. Briggs on side. Just passing 1-2. Oh, through the legs. Trey Hume strikes, and it's cleared. Nice passing and moving from Sunderland. Yeah, not sure it was found in the far corner though. Patrick Roberts was through. I think it was going wide, but it's gone out for a throw in and taken quickly. Sunderland knock it back. We're into the centre circle now, just inside of Hull City's half. Sunderland were most of the possession here. They're passing the ball quite nicely. A better start than what we did against Watford, put it that way. Here's Roberts, cuts inside, plays a ball through to Isidore, but just too much on it, and it's gone to the goalkeeper of Hull City, and that is a goal kick. So Patrick Roberts is looking very lively indeed this opening 11 or 12 minutes. Like I say, apologies if you're not getting any professional commentary in the background, but you'll have to make do with me at the moment. But Sunderland are coming forward again. Sirkin, back to Rig. Rig back to Sirkin on the left. Gets in across and it's deflected out. And he's going to let that go in for a throw-in to Sunderland. level with the penalty area deep inside the Hull City half. So it's a good start. And we've knocked it all the way back now, the centre stop bot. Out wide to Patrick Roberts, who just walks slowly with the ball and then twists and turns. Can't get through, he's forced back. And plays it out wide to 09. Now 09 threads it down the left-hand side. Mundell now, tries to get past his man. Claims he was obstructed. The referee says no, Hull City clear. Now Hull City have the ball and it's chipped forward and it's chipped too far out. And that's gone out, I think, for a Hull thrower. So Sunderland definitely had the better of the two teams so far. And I'll be asking for a bit of a refund if I didn't get this commentary up. But hey, I hope I'm not doing your head in with the commentary. I hope you're quite happy with what I'm doing. But we have it with Hull. It's just been rolled out from their keeper. They're just passing it around slowly in the whole half. They're not really going anywhere. Not much noise coming from the Hull Stadium at the moment. Bright sunny day down in Hull. But Sunderland are pushing up high and they're forcing Hull City and they've passed it back to their keeper. Now they launch the ball forward. And it's cut out by MACKEM, who plays it up the line and tries to flicker on. But the referee says that's a foul to Sunderland and that's going to be a free kick just about 10 yards down from the halfway line. Yeah, it was a lovely flick there by Rigg. And then he was brought down and that's going to be a free kick. And we'll pass it back and then we're going to be switching player now from right to left. He's Mundell again. Big presence of Mundell down the left. He's been a nuisance so far to Hull. And it's back on Mundell again. He gets past his man and he does. He's got the pace. And tries to cut back inside and then he was just beaten. But then it's... Eventually he does foul his man. And that's going to be a free kick to Hull in the Hull 18-yard area. But Mundell's getting the better of the Hull defence at the moment. Gary Gamer says, come on the tune. I think they played yesterday, mate. Gary Gamer says, come on the tune. Anybody's welcome in the chat. As long as you're not being a bit of a sausage, then you're absolutely fine. So then, here come Hull again. They're deep in their own half. They can't get out their half at the moment. And now they do. They're on the left-hand side now. Tries to thread a ball through. Cut out by Sunderland, but Hull have it again on the edge of the penalty area on the left. Sunderland crowding them out, trying to push them back. Now Hull City will build again. With our number 23, passes now down onto the wing. Yeah, having a decent spell of the ball, Hull City now. Now they're switching the player now from left to right. Chips the ball forward, trying to find his man, and it's pretty poor from Hull, and that rolls out for a goal kick to Sunderland. Gary, anybody's welcome on this channel, mate. Honestly, even Newcastle fans are welcome in here, mate, as long as they're not like acting like sausages or spamming or being really abusive. Banter's funny. I don't mind it. Testing the waters, mate. Testing the waters. Well, welcome anyway, Gary. Whoever you support. If you're wondering why you're listening to my horrible voice doing the commentary, it's just because the commentary is down at the moment. But here we are. We have Mundell now on the left. Sunderland just patiently passing the ball around here. He's with Neil. Change of direction. He's in the 18-yard box. Shoots, and it's straight at their Hull City goalkeeper. So the first shot, Isidore, there wasn't really much of a threat. Tries a little 1-2, and it bounces kindly to Isidore, who just has a weak shot, and it's straight at the goalkeeper of Hull City. Good on you, lad. Come on, the MACKEMs. All right, Gary, lad. So don't forget, if you're new to the channel, you can click that subscribe button. Thank you. And I've got 3 more subscribers there. Thank you so much indeed. Well, apparently the internet's down over Tyneside. Is anyone going to mention Newcastle played yesterday? Hull City take the throw in, and they're just level with the the centre circle. Switching play now, coming down the right. They're in our half. A little back heel there, and then they've passed it right back to their own goalkeeper. And the keeper's way out of his box. He's a good 30 yards out. He still has it, the keeper, and then presses, who's stolen by Sunderland, but the ball just ran on too much there from Hume. Good pressing from Hume, that was mind, and that's gone out for a throw into Hull City. So far so good by the lads, I'd say. So it's 0-0 as your county joining us. Bit of a head tennis there, but the ball's gone back out for a throw-in to Sunderland. You just hear the Sunderland fans singing in the background there. Sunderland take over everywhere we go, echoes around the Hull City Stadium. And Sunderland have it, but they're just in their own half, and a long, high ball's played. And it's beautiful, and it's found Pat McRoberts on the right-hand side as well, who plays it into the box, and then he's just beaten to it by Hull, who then knocks it forward, and then again dispossessed, and then bundled off the ball, and that's going to be a free kick to Sunderland as Try Hume goes on the floor with a disapproval of the Hull City crowd. Robbie Hopkins, commentary as good as Nick and Gary. I don't know, man. Well, thanks anyway, Robbie. It's kind of a slow sort of tempo at the moment, a slow build up from Sunderland. They're trying to be patient, and yet again a very late tackle there from Hull City. Hughes going in a bit there tight. He's lucky not to get a yellow card there. Isidore, he's lying there holding his face. Let's have a look again. Yeah, it was a little bit of it was a barge challenge from Hull, but it was an accidentally clash of heads. But it's not too bad. It was more of a clash at the side of the face. But Isidore is up. So the referee being quite lenient with yellow cards at the moment. But Hull City definitely on top when it comes to fouling, but Sunderland have a free kick. It's too far for shooting anyway. It's about 35 yards out. And the ball going to be floated into the box. Headed across. 9 now. Oh, it just has a little bit too much on the ball and allows Hull to come away with it. Try and break, and then it's cut out by, I think it's Hume at the back, and then we're back with the Hull City goalkeeper. Now Hull City come again now. They're coming down the left. Gets in across, headed away by Sunderland, and headed away again, but only as far as Hull City on the edge of the area, and then eventually it's hoofed clear. And it's back with Hull just inside their own half. So Hull City not really going anywhere, to be honest with you. They're just passing the ball in their own half, waiting for that opening. And they're coming again down the left. And then Hume was superb there, dispossessed the player. Now he's going on his own on the right-hand side. What options has he got? Oh, and he tries to play a cross in, and I think he mishit it, and it just went straight to the keeper. And Hull City come forward now, and then they lose the ball, and it's back with Patterson. It's certainly fast, end to end. Now here's 09 on the far side. Cuts it along, and then off to Mundle on the left. Plays a good ball. Oof. And he went down there, did 09. It wasn't a foul or anything. I think he lost his footing. Has it gone out for a corner? Mundle's been really good so far down that left-hand side. And I think second corner of the afternoon for Sunderland. Can we make one of these corners count? Got 09 in the box. Mundle. Here comes the ball, and it's high and it's headed back across. Mundle trying to get on it. Sirkin hits it and it's deflected for another corner. Sunderland's third corner of the game. I'm not doing the Gary Bennett sigh. It's rubbing off on us. What's the sponsorship on the 98-99 shirt? This one, I think it's Lambton's. I think it's a beer or a lager, one of the two. But Sunderland have a corner and it's with Patrick Roberts. A lot of pushing and shoving going on in the box. The ball comes in. Oh, and it's just headed away. And that's going to go out for a Sunderland throw-in. So still 0-0. Not many openings for either team. Sunderland slightly on top. As Sunderland build again, just on the centre spot. Job looking for Mundle. Mundle's got it again down the left. Tries to beat his man this time, but he's dispossessed. But Sunderland still have it. Trey Hume now switches it back down the right to Patrick Roberts, level of the penalty area. Cuts inside, he's looking for a shot, he's blocked out. He's going to have to play it back now to Chris Rigg. Chris Rigg's going to try and get a shot, but it's come off the first man of Hull, and Hull now have the ball and play it forward. Now Hull City are coming forward now on the left, and they've got a man free on the right hand side here now. Puts in a cross. Oof. And they were caught out Sunderland there, but luckily Hull wasn't decent at going forward there, and Sunderland tidy up, so there was a warning there. As Hull City went forward, there was a man free way on the right. Nobody was marking him. And if Hull managed to find his man, it could have been a different story. Hello, Julian Gonzalez. What's happened with the commentary? Well, I don't know whether it's because of the storms or the wind or whatever, but all the commentary is down on Sunderland AFC. I've messaged Nick Barnes, and they said they're trying to fix it. So I'm presuming the storm's got a lot to do with it. That's coming across at the moment. But I hope you don't mind putting up with me until it gets fixed. But yeah, Sunderland do look a little bit vulnerable on the counter when Hull eventually come forward. They just need to tighten up a bit at the back. Patterson has it though for Sunderland. And we're just passing 1-2 in their own box. Patterson's furious with his defenders and telling them to get rid of the ball, and they're dilly-dallying in the 18-yard box now. And eventually they do. They're fouled, and they have a free kick near their own corner flag. So Patterson's basically saying, stop dilly-dallying in the box, will you get the ball away? They're passing backwards and forwards. I don't know what they're trying to do. And Hull City are closing them down. So I'm fairly comfortable so far. Sunderland just need to just watch what they're doing a little bit on the counter-attack. Now here's Sirkin. Mundle's asking for it. Job to Chris Rigg now. Now back on the right-hand side to Roberts. He's got a bit of space. He's well in the 18-yard area. Roberts thinks about the shot. Crowded out. He's played it back to Dan Neil. Oh, Dan Neil and
composed tackle by Mepham.
Great defending.
And now down the left wing. Sirkin back inside to Job. Inside again
now
to Neil.
Now shut up. I'm not
and
annoying
Neil
you anymore.
In the middle of the whole half. Looks out for Roberts on the right, making that run into the penalty area. And now one defender in front of him, Drame. He pulls it back and it's cleared by the outstretched foot of the keeper. Put back in again and headed behind by Isidore. Well, that counts as a second save. Pandor stretching to clear.
Can you guys hear everything all right?
They're in the 28th minute. Live on BBC Radio Newcastle. We'll have reaction, of course, tomorrow night in Total Sport from 6 o'clock. Every night, Monday to Friday, 6 until 8. And we are back with you on Wednesday night at Luton as Balumi on the break here now with Bedia through the middle. Bedia and Mepham go down.
Well done.
And it's a free kick to Sunderland.
Great defending again by Chris Mepham. Fantastic. Got his body between the player and the ball.
Yes,
excellent
defending.
defending.
Very good defending. Home crowd not happy with Bobby Madley.
But again, that's the warning sign, Nick. We've seen it 2 or 3 occasions now, haven't we?
Oh, this is undoubtedly a team that can score goals. You can see why.
And you can see what, how they've set up.
Yeah.
Trying to catch you on the counter-attack.
Yeah. And so far, Chris Mepham has been equal to them.
Yeah, twice.
Hume here on the right. Out to Roberts inside the whole half. Yet again, back to Trey Hume, inside to Neil. Back to O'Nien in the centre circle, takes this on. And forwards to Job. Job trying to shake off Malem. And now to Mundle, back to Job down the left of the penalty area. Forced to play it back behind him to Mundle. Mundle back to O'Nien. Bedia goes to close him down. To Mundle again on the left-hand side. And then leaves it for Job almost on the touchline. Back to Dan Neil. And Dan Neil again forced to play it out wide. And Poeta tries to close Job down. He gets it back to Luke O'Nien, who gives the ball away here. Now Bedia being chased back by Mundle, pushes it forwards, and who gets in front of him, of course? Mepham. And just,
really bossing it
Bedia just shrugs his head and just thinks, oh, not you again.
Nick, that's 3 times. And it's Chris Mepham not all the time.
Yep.
Well, a ball played forwards wide down the right here to the goal line to Roberts into the penalty area, comes back on his left, onto his right, rolls it behind it to Rigg at the corner of the box, and he plays it across now. Good ball to Mundle, heads it back to Job, and Job lays it off to Sirkin, and Sirkin, Mundle just in front of him. Mundle,
don't forget, if you're new,
pauses a moment and finds Neil behind him.
Thanks, I've just had another subscriber, thank you, and hit the thumbs up.
Just behind him is O'Nien to Hume. And of course, Hull putting everybody behind the ball here. Roberts finding Rigg down the right of the Hull penalty area. And Rigg plays it back to Hume. Hume to Neil, back to Hume. Down the right again to Roberts. And Roberts closed down by Kamara. Short pass to Neil. Back out to Rigg on the right-hand side. Rigg back to Neil. And back to Chris Mepham at the edge of the centre circle. And then down the left-hand side, Dennis Sirkin to Romain Mundle. Coyle in front of him as ever. And Mundle trying to put it on his right, on his left, trying to shake off Coyle, who's trying to stick with him, but Mundle's got away. A deep ball across the penalty area finds Roberts. Roberts pulls it down, and he's got Drame in front of him. He passes it to Hume, who crosses into the edge of the 6-yard box. Coyle heads it away from Mundle, only as far as O'Nien. And O'Nien back to Job. And Job just lobs one into the penalty area, but it's caught by Pandor. Well, again,
yeah, you can never get the
commentaries
in sync and things like that when it's on Sky.
I think maybe
well,
trying to change things.
Broadcast Sky
again, Roberts
I'll get done for copyright.
Dominantly wants to go on his left, doesn't he?
predominantly. Yeah.
So if people have got Sky and they're watching, they probably are in their head.
Drame is now on a break through the middle. Isidore trails behind him. Drame still going, finds Balumi out on the right wing. Sirkin in front of him, now into the penalty area, trying to shake off Sirkin. Sirkin gets in front of him, gets the ball off him, plays it out to Mundle on the left. Mundle beats Coyle again, finds Rigg. Rigg now, and he's being closed down by Malin, but plays the ball over the top. It's a brilliant pass if Isidore can get on the end of it. He's got there in front of Charlie Hughes, who's got a foot to it and stabs it away from Isidore, and then is tripped by Joe, and the referee gives Hull City the free kick.
You predicted 2-0 Sunderland. Says Gary, the win must be affecting the match. It's got to be doing something.
Bobby Madley in his yellow just has a word with Job. Free kick inside the Hull half on the left-hand side, 32nd minute.
Is a very good defender.
Hull City 0, Sunderland 0. Not lost here since 2014, Sunderland. That's 6 matches, 2 wins, 4 draws. The ball swept out by Hull for a throw to Sunderland. Sunderland's last defeat was when Gus Poyet was in charge. They lost 3-0 in the FA Cup here. They also lost 1-0 in the Premier League that season. That was in November, in March 2014, that FA Cup match. Here's Roberts. Behind him is Hume. He tried to get it to Roberts, passes it out for a throw to Hull City.
Half an hour, you've got to say we've dominated the game. Now we're starting to, I think, just struggle a little bit, but to find a way. We need something new, different.
David Miley, remember him?
Yeah.
He's now on the coaching staff here at Hull, the under-18s. A significant player for Sunderland in those couple of years, and more significant because of the injuries he sustained. Here's Drame, and plays the ball down the left wing, trying to get it to Gustavo Puerta, but it's knocked out for a throw to Sunderland. Halfway inside the Hull half. Trey Hume comes down here to take this.
Seems a decent crowd as well.
And the third kit, Sunderland this afternoon. Luke O'Nien now at the edge of the centre circle. Wide left to Dennis Sirkin. Back inside to Mundle. Nearly open, played too short to Bedia, and he's away. He's got Balumi inside of him. Bedia's still going. Balumi just inside. Mundle trying to recover. It's played into Balumi, back to Bedia in the penalty area, trying to get it on his left. Players coming back for Sunderland, but Bedia's still got it. There are 3 players around him. It's played back out to Balumi, who crosses here now for Puerta, but over his head and behind for a goal kick. Again, ringing those alarm bells.
The alarm bells are down, Nick, and again, we've got to pick it up. We've got to be a little bit ruthless when we get round that 18 yard.
They just seem to be more dangerous when they're going forward.
Intensity as well. It's too easy at times, too comfortable. We're too comfortable, and we've seen signs where you're going to get caught out.
I think someone's got to gamble, haven't they?
Point dominate
even just a 20-yard shot, anything just to try and do something a little bit different.
You're nervy at the back, Jonathan.
Here's play to Sirkin. Back to O'Nien.
We've had possession, but we've not really done anything with it. That's the trouble.
And wide here now to Patrick Roberts, just in front of Tim Volter. Roberts inside again to Dan Neil at the edge of the centre circle. Rolls it to Luke O'Nien. Brings this forwards down the left of midfield and turns it back to Sirkin. Back again to Neil on the halfway line. And Neil
give
in
them a call, Gary.
Centre circle. Rolls it through Mepham to Rigg. Rigg almost on the touchline. Back again over the halfway line to Mepham. And Mepham then to Neil again in the centre circle. O'Nien just ahead of him, looking for Job down the left. Rolled out to Mundle. Mundle coming at Malem inside to Job, and Job looks up and swings it out to Roberts on this right wing. It comes off a little bit awkwardly off his head into the path of Drame, who heads it on and now running onto it. Chasing back is Trey Hume. Drame still has it. Hume's got in front of him, and he's played it back here now to Kamara in front of Regis Lebris. And Kamara plays it back again to Charlie Hughes inside to Alfie Jones.
At the moment, it's Sunderland got possession. Sunderland got possession.
Coyle,
tap,
then Balumi.
Give the ball away. Hull
Back
City
to
sprint
Coyle
with speed
on
to
halfway
counter-attack.
into
This
the
is what's happening in the
Sunderland
game so
half
far.
through the middle, leaving it for Charlie Hughes. Then Drame again on this left-hand side, Cody Drame. And
191 now watching. Welcome everybody.
To Alfie Jones. Louis Coyle, signed from Fleetwood 4 years ago now. Louis Coyle, born in Hull though, he's a local.
50
Louis
likes,
Coyle.
thank you very much.
Hughes again on halfway. Back to Jones, Coyle again. Mundell goes to close him down. They're looking for the gap down the right of the penalty area for Balumi to run onto, but Job slides in and concedes a throw, a yard or two from the corner. On the right, Hull right. 37th minute, live on BBC Radio Newcastle. Sirkin tries to drive it down the left wing. It comes off Coyle for another Sunderland throw. Mundell will take this halfway inside the Sunderland half. In fact, he leaves it, rolls it down the line to Sirkin. And Sirkin.
Now when the ball comes out to Roberts, he's got to have a go, try to go down the right-hand side instead of cutting inside all the time, and uses what we call it his swinger.
His wrong foot.
Yeah.
Ball's gone out. Off Balumi. Balloons into the air. Comes down for a throw to Sunderland, halfway inside their own half. As Sirkin has to battle with Puerta on his shoulder, gets it inside to Dan Neal, who shakes off
Billy McFly. Hey, Cabbie, you keep
and Neal now to Hume on this right side, still inside the Sunderland half, but now down in the Hull half to Roberts on the right hand side. Riggs made a run down the right. Roberts has gone inside, leaves it for Hume. Hume out to Rigg. Rigg down the right side of the penalty area. Kamara in front of him and Drame. He slips it inside to Roberts in the penalty area. Comes out, just pushes it back out to Hume. Hume to Neal. And Neal again to Roberts, who crashes into Kamara. And Hume can't keep the ball in. It's a throw to Hull City.
Oh, man.
39th minute, Hull City 0, Sunderland 0.
We've got to find a way, Nick.
And it's part of me is slightly in disbelief that we've got this far in the first half without a goal, bearing in mind the records of the two teams. But
yeah, but then you're thinking what's Patterson had to do? Nothing.
No.
Their goalkeepers had, what, maybe 1-2 saves, if that.
They're waiting for this throw to be taken by Drame on the left-hand side for Hull. In their black and amber stripes, that comes back to Alfie Jones, plays it across to Louis Coyle again.
A bit stale again.
Coyle, Mundell on his shoulder, down the touchline to Balumi, back inside to Coyle. Coyle is trying to get away from Mundell here. Mundell chasing back to get to the edge of the area, and there's a trip at the edge of the area. No, says the referee. It's still in Hull's possession. Kamara in the penalty area, crashes off the back of Hume. Played out by Rigg to Roberts, back to Rigg, and then easily cleared through to Mundell on the left-hand side over the halfway line. Hull having to push back now as Sunderland on the counter-attack. But Mundell needs some support.
But the Lasses won today. Well done, the Lasses. They've been down away 2-1.
They've allowed everyone to get back.
It's a bit too slow in the end. It's come all the way back to the halfway line to Sirkin. But again, you know, Hull on that counter-attack. In fairness, there were no appeals from the Hull players for a penalty, really.
I
realised he went down far too easily. The ball with O'Nien in the centre circle, now with Hume. Hume down the right again to Roberts. At 5 minutes till the 45 is up. Here's Hume down the right, crosses, nobody there. And that looked like it could have been a potential handball from Coyle. His arm went out. I don't think it made contact, did it? If it did, it was off the chest.
Nobody in the box.
No, nobody there this time.
That's been the problem all day. Marine Fish keeper. Please, you sort the economy back out, Cabbie.
In his pink.
Bet 365 company not good.
The ball in
I'm
his
glad
hands.
you're back anyway, mate. Razzle, hello, Cabbie.
We've had a lot of possession
How are you doing? You all right?
But you're thinking, with the two teams, who's been the threat? You've got to say Hull at times.
Potentially, yep.
I do agree.
As they look to try and get forwards again with a long ball from the goalkeeper. Bedia trying to knock this down.
Even though we've
He's
had more
proven to be a bit of a handful at the edge of the area. Gets the ball to Kamara. Now to Simons. Back to Kamara. Just outside the penalty area. Inside to Simons again in the middle. And then to Coyle, and Coyle out wide to Bellumi. Sirkin in front of him. Bellumi crosses, looking for Puerta or Malem, but it's been cleared by Sunderland. Back to Louis Coyle, who's trying to put it down the right to Bellumi. It's hooked away by Dennis Sirkin, and Coyle gets above Mundle and heads the ball out for a throw to Sunderland on the left.
When I say Hull have been a threat, is that, you know, you've taken Chris Mepham 3 times to be the last man to
Hello,
make sure
I
makes
just
them
joined.
and there's
How
a couple
we
of times
doing?
around that 18-yard, but
We're on
it's the
top,
last ditch tackle, or you know, we've been able
more
to
dangerous
intercept
when
the
they
ball.
attack.
It's a bit brinkmanship, isn't it?
We haven't really done much, but we've had the possession.
O'Nien.
But it
Job,
doesn't really mean to anything, does
back
it?
to O'Nien. Job again, just inside the Sunderland half, across to Mepham. Mepham has closed down by Puerta, but he gets the ball away from the Colombian, out eventually to Roberts. And Roberts squeezed between 3 Hull players, finds Dan Neal, who's tackled by Puerta. And now Camera on the touchline, rolls the ball out for a Sunderland throw.
Connolly should start. He's up for this one. I do agree. I think he'll be on second half.
So now
SJ, he's in form. A poacher,
strolling
and this is
forward
his former team.
to take the throw for Sunderland, just down from the Hull dugout.
Really disagree, looking kind of unanimated, sitting down there with his piece of paper, taking notes.
So
Make sure.
it's a free kick to Sunderland.
Has anybody got any
Neil.
cures for yawning?
Make sure.
And now Neil caught on the Hull right by Bedia, but trying to win it back is O'Nien, when he does eventually and finds Mundle. And now it's slipped into Joe, back to Mundle, and Mundle looking to get it wide here to Roberts. Roberts down this right-hand side into the penalty area, slips it through past Rigg, straight into the path of Gustavo Puerta, and it's lost by him to O'Nien. And now Joe have a shot and just crept past the foot of the post.
What's that, our second shot?
Second shot,
yeah, but worth a go.
But again, the concern there, we nearly lost the ball, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're losing the ball too easily in the middle of the park.
Creeping towards halfway, half-time. It's 0-0 in the 44th
you feel if we
minute.
don't book our ideas up, they will nick one, will Hull City.
And
It was a
Pandor
good effort, that. It
is
wasn't
going to
too far
take
away.
a long kick this time. So Pandor kicks through the middle, headed powerfully away by Mepham up to Isidore, drops for Mundle, battles with Coyle, goes down, the ball dug out by Simons. Behind him, it's played back through Malem to the goalkeeper. Hughes.
A goal is good for you to stop yawning, mate. I do agree.
Coyle on the right-hand side. Into the last minute of the 45. And back again to Hughes on the left-hand side. And the sting has come out of the game in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, it has.
As Roberts pulls down Drame.
Our final pass is Puerta delayed.
The zing has gone, hasn't it?
Off the pace today, or nobody wants to pass to him. Yeah, we're slow.
I think they've slowly played their way into the game, Nick. They know how to hurt us, maybe on that counter-attack.
Xavier Simons leaves it for Coyle. Coyle playing one over the top, looking for the run of Gustavo Puerta, and he's looking for a handball off Mepham here. The referee's having none of it, Bobby Madley, as it dropped over the shoulder. Strong appeals from Hull, and you always think when that happens, and from the crowd as well, that there's something in it. And that is it. I think they've not even played 5 seconds of
that was a
added
handball
time at half-time. And the referees, I think, probably thinking, let's walk away
that
from
was
that
a
particular
handball. That was a
incident.
handball. We're lucky to get away with that.
But
we're lucky to get away with that.
I guess in a way, the fact there's no time added on at the end just shows you the first half it's moved, but there's been it just lost its way in the end.
Oh, there was no free kicks at all being given in that
He feels that they should have had a penalty, and he's right.
Also, you've got to say, on the ice, Sunderland looked good. You know, we passed the ball, possession of the ball at times good. but we haven't really hurt Hull, have we? And yet, on the other hand, you look at Hull, they haven't had much possession of the ball.
Across over his head.
You know, on 3 or 4 occasions, they've nearly caught us out.
It was a clear handball as well.
And as you say, Chris Betham, on those 3 or 4 occasions, has been the key player.
Yeah, he's been the key player. Now, is he going to be there for the full 90 minutes to do that? Are we going to get caught out? Are we going to, you know, slip or get a pass intercepted?
And they would have scored. I just think that, us scoring a goal to go ahead will help it saying,
look, we've got to up the tempo. We've got to up the quality. We've got to, you know, definite
handball.
There's different ways to skin a cat. You know, you look at Roberts, and again, you look at him and you're thinking, Dremmer has played him well, because what he's doing, he's showing him, come on, go down the line. He doesn't want to go down the line. He wants to cut back on his left foot all the time. Every opportunity he gets, he cuts back inside.
And there is a predictability about what Sunderland are doing. I mean, that, as you say, try something different, switch wings, do something different. Joe had a shot from outside the box, try that again. It's just do something a little bit different, because they are becoming a bit predictable for Hull to be able to pick them off.
Well, you can see what we're trying to do. We're trying to pass our way.
Yeah, I'll just mute the commentary now because the music is starting in the back of the stadiums. We're going to have a look. Jeff Oleg, hello mate, says very poor. Would he be pieced there? No, absolutely not. This man so far today, Metham's been class like. So we're going to have a look at some of the comments at half time. Peter says Dan Neil is running around like he's torn a caravan, and then Stewie says he's looked alright to me. Peter Flint says Roberts and Neil are off. Mally says Roberts needs to come off. Adam Cook says much better side, a little sloppy, need to be quicker and clinical, these are crap. Well, this is the trouble, isn't it? It's like we aren't clinical going forward at the front. We just don't look dangerous. We don't look a threat when we're going forward, like something's missing. And the only danger they're going to pose is on the counter-attack, which they do. A lot of people are saying get Patrick Roberts off. He doesn't look interested. I don't know whether that's harsh words there or whatever. Jonathan Mark says he'd be off either way if they saw it. I don't know whether that was intentional or accidental and stuff. But a lot of people saying they're not happy with Roberts. Yeah, Jem says going to get caught on the break if we're not careful. However says Roberts strolling around like he's scored a hat-trick. Lots of Man City possession going nowhere. We will get caught on the break. Almost happened several times. Fernley, hello mate. Hull are terrible. You've got this. I think you're a Leeds fan. Welcome along mate. And you've played really well against Sheffield United. Well deserved your victory on that one. A very professional job at Elland Road for Leeds United. If you ever seen that game, it was a good performance by Leeds. Hey, I'm back. I've had the kettle on and I've got myself some Weetabix.
Due to an unplayable pitch, the rain.
Gonna be a bit of Weetabix. I know I haven't got 3, I've only got 2. So catch up a bit on the chat. Billy GW, hello mate, you alright? How are you doing? We seem without a plan when around the box. Are we putting balls in for our number 9? No, we're not. We're certainly not, no. SJ says, whole company that terrible if we haven't scored and they're catching us on the break, can they? Well, they're not. They're mid-table and they're not done too bad. It's not the first time our fullbacks keep getting rinsed by opposition wingers either. He says, I'd get Brown and Connolly on for Neil and Isidore, shove it up a little in the middle and put in crosses to an actual poacher in the box. Totally agree. Rico, hello mate, says, don't know how Neil keeps getting his place, to be honest with you, if you say that. Fernie says, so how are you playing today, as I've only seen you against us this season and you were pretty good then, but look a bit off today. Well, it's like I say, we've had plenty of possession, but not really done anything dangerous with it. We've given the ball away, allowed Hull City to counteract, and they've looked dangerous. Hull City keepers had more to do, but Hull City have looked more dangerous when they've gone forward with more openings and this and that and the other, and we were lucky to not concede a penalty. But that match against Leeds, that was crazy, wasn't it? Absolute crazy. But you'll be their top 2, Leeds, I think. I don't mind Leeds, they're a good club. I love the fans there, massive fan base. The Premier League needs teams like Leeds United as well. Just Ray says, hey Cabby, this away strip looks like PJ's in the 70s. It's more like my nana's knickers that's on the washing line at the minute, getting drawn.
And now just waiting for Sunderland to appear as well. Don't appear to be any changes being made
Sunderland
by
players running around looking
Tim
like
Volter, the Hull City head coach. Their team, Pandore in goal, back 4, Coyle, Jones, Hughes and Drame.
We'll just mute the commentary for a bit because there's music on. Well, what we're going to expect the second half then. Until you get VAR sorted, you will never.
Neil plays the ball right back to Anthony Patterson in green, just outside the D, and he drives it back up the other end, down the left-hand side, and it will bounce away into touch for a throw to Hull City in their black and amber stripes. And Louis Coyle just pushes the ball under his shirt to dry it off, and the throw back to Alfie Jones, and Jones back to the goalkeeper, Evil Pandore in his bright pink. He taps it to Charlie Hughes. Hull have made 4 changes at the start of the afternoon, and here's Jones back to Hughes again, closed down by Rigg but played back to Pandore, the Croatian goalkeeper, and then back to Jones on his right hand side. and back to the goalkeeper again in this first minute of the second half here at the MKM Stadium. Closed down by Isidore, the ball pushed out by Pandore through the middle and played out to Coyle on this right-hand side, tackled by Mundle right in front of the Hull City head coach. It's a throw to Hull on the right.
Do you think we see Aaron Connolly?
I think at some point. If the pattern of the game carries on as it was, I'm sure we will. Something a bit different, isn't it? And you'd think it'd be a bit amiss not to try something different like Connolly if they don't get the breakthrough. Here's Job trying to get away from Bedia, and he's pulled back and down. Free kick.
If you don't make formation changes to subs, I bet they score within the first 5 minutes on their first counter attack.
Takes it.
Not SJ.
Played right through to the far side. Trey Hume to Rigg. Kamara pushed Hume over. Hume just looks a bit indignant as he gets back up on his feet. It's come back to O'Nien, who squares it to Mepham. Gustavo Poeta tries to close him down. It's out to Hume, and Hume, trying to find Isidore, drops over his shoulder back to the goalkeeper. Out to Coyle again. Louis Coyle, 28 years old now. Plays it through the two centre halves and back to the goalkeeper again. And Pandore is in the middle of the whole half. Rigg and Isidore ahead of them as Hughes sweeps it away down into the Sunderland half. Mepham brings it down, trying to get it forwards again for Rigg, but headed away by Hughes up towards Kamara. Mepham again pokes it away, comes back onto the halfway line and inside from Dramé, and back to Hughes from Simons and across to Jones inside the whole half still, and now to Coyle on this right hand side. Coyle down the line to Balumi. Sirkin made a challenge, but the ball has been played back to Coyle, and Coyle just taking it into the middle again of his own half to the goalkeeper Pandore, and he taps it out to Dramé in his orange boots on the far side. Closed down by Roberts, back to the goalkeeper. Isidore trying to get pressure on the keeper, and eventually it's come off for a throw to Hull on the far side. 23,072 is the attendance this afternoon. 2,200 of those.
We need more consistency now. They need to quicken the pace. We do, yeah.
Way to our left.
We're missing Jack Clark. Yes and no, I would say.
That's the throw from
Hello,
Dramé.
Dougie Stewart. You all right, mate?
Right down the touchline, nodded inside
that
by
was
Hume.
Too easy for them in his first half.
Marvin Malem.
Well.
He plays it back to Alfie Jones, now to Coyle on this right-hand side, on the halfway line. Coyle just pauses a moment, then lifts it down the right, looking for Balumi, but Sirkin cuts across him, plays the ball down the line out for a throw to Hull again on this right-hand side, halfway inside the Sunderland half. In the 49th minute, live on BBC Radio Newcastle, as Coyle pauses, then down the line to Balumi, Mohamed Balumi, the Algerian, socks roll down, wins another throw. Left again for Coyle to take. 18 yards from the corner into Malem, tries to play it into the 6-yard box. It took a deflection off the defender into the hands of Anthony Patterson. But a momentary threat from Hull.
Yeah, it's not the best, Dougie.
They had a
if
week
anybody's
in the sun
new,
in Turkey
you can just hit the subscribe
in the
button.
international
break.
And they
thank you for the subscriber. Thank you.
Alanyaspor from the Turkish Super League. They won 2-0 that game. Mason Burstow, one of the goal scorers, is on the bench this afternoon. It's been rolled out to Dramé by the goalkeeper.
Imagine
across to Alfie
Jones.
God. And Jones just taps it to Coyle. Coyle back to Pandore. Evil Pandore, the 24-year-old keeper, to Charlie Hughes. Back to the keeper again in the middle of the Hull City half. It's tapped to Alfie Jones.
I say both teams don't want to go out and win this
the halfway
today.
line, and then rolls it out wide left, trying to get the ball to Gustavo Poeta. And he's managed to skip round Hume, but Hume then tackles him, trips him up, and Hume, of course, remember, is on 4 yellow cards, and is not going to be shown one here. He's managed to see out the last 3 or 4 games without picking up that suspension.
We just need to get hold of the game again, Nick.
Yeah.
I just feel they've slowly but surely played their way in.
The referee's just had a word with Trey Hume. In the 52nd minute now, this free kick just inside the Sunderland half on the left. It's just tapped back to Charlie Hughes and across to Alfie Jones. And Jones to Coyle again on this right-hand side. Taking this on with Mundle on his shoulder. Down the line, checks, tries to clip it back inside, and Sirkin was into it quickly, but they've got it inside Hull to Balumi. And he takes the shot, and it fizzes past the angle of bar and post. I think Patterson will feel he had it covered, but it was an opportunity.
But it's an effort, isn't it? You know, they're starting to grow with the confidence, having that strike outside of the box.
0-0 still then, 52nd minute, nearly played 52 minutes, and it's
the ball away.
Xavier Simons back to Pandor, the goalkeeper, just at the edge of his penalty area, taps it away past Isidore to Charlie Hughes. Hughes with his foot on the ball for the moment, and finally taps it across to Jones. Jones back to Hughes. And
come on, Sunderland, man.
The second half has seen Hull start with a lot of possession, which was the opposite in the first half. Sunderland had all the possession.
They've grown into the game, Nick. You know, we was dominant in the first 30 minutes of the game.
And now the boot is on the other foot. Simons back from the centre circle to Jones. Dramé sweeps it down the left wing.
I don't look like the top of the league team,
Morata.
put it this way. I know we're second at the minute, but you know
Put
what I
out
mean.
for a throw again to Hull. It's halfway inside their own half on the left-hand side. Back to, well, eventually back to Hughes here. And out to Coyle on the right. Forwards to the halfway line to Malem. Back again to Hughes. Hughes playing it to his left now to Alfie Jones. The centre halves have switched sides for Hull.
It's definitely carpet
Ball
slippers
now
and
up
pipe
towards
at the minute.
Puerta, and it's picked up by Kamara, and he's on the break, edge of the area, and it comes off the ankles, the heels of Mepham, but it's picked up by Bedia and off the post. Crashes off the left post as he turned Chris Bedia and smashed it against the angle. And Job now has to tidy up. And he's in a bit of pressure from Balumi, tries to find O'Nien, who stabs it back to Sirkin to clear. But Bedia not far from opening the scoring. And a free kick for a foul by Isidore on the right wing.
Nick, you can feel it. You can feel it. Sunderland have to up the tempo. They'll have to up the quality.
I don't know if
because you've got to say Hull have started the second half. The better team in the second half.
Jones in the middle, just in front of the centre circle, lifts one into the penalty area. It's headed on, and it's going to drop to Bedia. He's on it again on the left, and he crashes it into the side netting, but wins a corner. Hull's first corner. And Regis Sabri strides back down into the dugout.
All of a sudden, Bedia is becoming a problem.
So corner from the left-hand side away to our right as we look down from the main stand here at Hull. It's 0-0, we're in the 55th minute. Sunderland have got everybody back in the area. It's driven off the head of Mundle, actually. Comes back to Hughes to chase. Job is striding out to try and get there, but the ball is played back by Hughes to the goalkeeper, Pandor, in the middle of the Hull half. And rolled out to Hughes on this right side. He clips it down the right wing, looking for Coyle, but it's going to be hooked away by O'Nien. Up towards Hughes again, who heads it back behind him to Jones.
Need something from this game, because I mean,
and Jones
going to a horrible
plays it down to Simons. Xavier Simons on this right wing with Louis Coyle. And Simons again, back to Jones, inside to Hughes, and they've reverted to their starting positions in the heart of defence. Jones on the right and Hughes on the left. Balumi now trying to start a lovely reverse ball through down to the edge of the area to Malem. Tried to find Bedia, but Sunderland have done enough to get the ball back. O'Nien puts the ball out. Throw to Hull.
Nick, they have to do something before they score, exactly.
Coyle crosses, far post, looking for Kamara. Over his head, foul on Hume, I think. And it's a free kick to Sunderland.
Need to get hold of this game.
This is when you gather yourself together as a team and just say, look, let's step it up. It's not good enough. You know, I think we're far too deep as well. You know, they're dominating the game now.
Thanks for the 4 subscribers, 3,039 subscribers now. Thank you so much.
Sunderland do what Hull did and counter-attack effectively.
Got to get hold of the game.
57th minute, free kick to Sunderland. The ball just thrown down by Anthony Patterson. He will kick this towards the left. Sirkin on the halfway line. Baloumi's on his shoulder, pushes Sirkin over. And Sirkin takes the free kick. Back to O'Nien, inside to Neil, back to O'Nien, forwards to Job. Job on halfway, back to O'Nien. 0-0 still. Job just inside to Dan Neil, back to Job again. Flicks it back to O'Nien, back to Patterson outside the penalty area in midfield. Again to the left to Luke O'Nien. Forwards to
trouble, Michael.
Dan Neal.
Wait until we're going to go down and then we'll bring the
He's
subs.
managed to keep hold of the ball and find O'Nien before Gustavo Puerta was onto it. And back to Patterson and out on the far side to Mepham and then down to Roberts to try and hook up towards Isidore, but headed down to Dramé and back to the goalkeeper. And rolled out here eventually to Coyle on the right-hand side.
Do we bring the subs on now, or do we wait another 10 minutes? What do you reckon?
Jones. And Jones drives the ball down the right. Sirkin at his right arm raised for offside. And the ball goes out. The flag has come up, and it's a free kick to Sunderland on the left. Well, no sign of any Sunderland substitutes warming up. O'Nien's going to take the free kick and plays it back to...
Is Brown on the bench? If so, we'll
Patterson.
get him on for Neil. I think he is on the bench, yeah.
And out wide to Trey Hume, back to Mepham. Right corner of the Sunderland penalty area, back to Patterson.
See, they've pressed up now, the high press now, Hull, look.
Yeah, 3 players around the penalty area. It's played out to Sirkin, headed on to Mundle. Coyle gets a touch, keeps it in, does he? No, he doesn't. It's just flicked it out for a throw to Sunderland on the left, on the halfway line. In fact, it was taken much further back by O'Nien. Back to Patterson, Mepham, Trey Hume on the right, down the line to Rigg. Rigg hugging the touchline at the moment, just inside his own half, inside is Roberts. Roberts back to Dan Neil. Short pass to his left to O'Nien, forwards to Job again, and Job out to Mundle on this left-hand side. Mundle cutting back inside and rolling it back to Dan Neil in the centre circle. And he rolls it now to O'Nien, who's pushing on down the left, looking for the run of Sirkin. He's got a defender's gone with him.
Says Michael. Fernie says
Sirkin plays it back to O'Nien, then Mundle. Mundle now, corner of the penalty area on the left, flicked it inside to Roberts, tried a little trick, comes back to him, he managed to weave his way through, but his shot is blocked from 8 yards. A little bit of magic that would have been if he'd managed to take that further and score.
And he hit it with his right foot.
That's what you did, Leeds, against Sheffield United. You weathered storms,
for a throw to Hull
and then you just
on the right-hand side. 0-0, 61st minute. Louis Coyle with the throw for the home team. Mundle's looking back, I think it was instructions from Regis Lebris. Coyle with a throw down the right to Bedia, who's done well to keep it in and get round O'Nien. And then a good tackle by Sirkin. Eventually back to Mepham and the goalkeeper. Because Bedia, he's big, strong, isn't he? 6'3",
and we're starting to mention his name.
Yeah,
from the Ivory Coast. Here we are from the Ivory Coast. Signed from Servette by Union Berlin in the summer, and immediately loaned out to Hull. Here's Sirkin to Mundle, trying to get through, but tackled strongly by Simons.
Trying to encourage the
team on. Ricochets in the air, back to the goalkeeper.
You know, you just think, why don't Mundle and Roberts switch for 10 minutes?
It isn't it? Isn't
just do something.
We've got a few injuries, and when new signings, we're still waiting for them to recover from injuries, believe it or not.
Ball tapped out.
We've got Huggins out for the rest of the season.
Back
We've
to the
got
goalkeeper.
from
Rigg goes
United.
to close Pandor down. He gets the ball out to the right wing, Malin, but it's O'Nien who whips in. But then it comes off Coyle for a throw to Sunderland down the left. Mundle gathers the ball, and he will throw it back to O'Nien. O'Nien to Mundle again on the left-hand side. Mundle trying to get away from Malin, rolls the ball into the penalty area. Isidore, well, he was about to pull the trigger, but the ball was whipped off his feet. And now Bedia looking to try and get round Mepham, but Mepham's beaten him to it again. And now Kamara looking at the run of Balumi. Sirkin has to get back, it ricochets off, and it's palmed away the fingertips of Patterson, because the deflection from the challenge by Sirkin of Kamara, the ball was heading towards the top left corner, and somehow fingertips from Patterson, and it's a corner.
Yeah, good reaction. I don't think it was going in, but again, Chris Mepham was last man, didn't win it, and then it's broke, allowing them that counter-attack.
Short corner on the left-hand side. We're in the 63rd minute. It's come out into midfield. The ball pressed near to Isidore. He's on the break. Isidore being chased back here by Dramé. Isidore trying to get round Dramé in the penalty area, and he's flicked it over, and he scores!
Get in!
Wilson Isidore in the 63rd minute on that swift counter-attack. He got ahead of Dramé and lifted the ball over the goalkeeper.
Great finish.
And Sunderland lead by a goal to nil.
We didn't see that counter-attack coming, but what a good run by Wilson Isidore. But how calm and cool was he to finish that? Excellent goal.
He did really, really well with Dramé on his shoulder. Got in front of Dramé, got into the penalty area. Keeper came out to close him down. He lifted it over him into the empty net, and Sunderland lead 1-0 now in the 64th minute.
Good closing down on the edge of the box by Sunderland, winning the ball, but Isidore, great pace. They're going to make a sub, Nick.
Yes, they are.
Liam Miller's coming on.
The Canadian international going to come on for Hull now, who've got a goal behind. As you say, great composure from Isidore.
I don't know what they're complaining for, what they're complaining about.
I'm not sure what they're complaining, what the whole complaint is. There appeared to be nothing wrong with
complaining about the referee in the way, or what? I'm not sure. It was their corner.
It was their corner. Came from... Well, here, there's a yellow card now for Tim Bolter, I think. So suddenly the game comes alive. Only moments ago we were saying, can Sunderland counter-attack as Hull were doing in the first half, and they've done just that. So Kamara's going off.
And replacing him is number 7, sponsored by Kitchen Civils, Liam Miller.
So the 25-year-old Canadian international comes on the right, the left wing for Hull City, who are 1-0 down, and game on. The ball back with Hughes to Jones.
Tell you what, Wilson Isidore's done very, very well since he's come into the team. You can't argue about that. You know, he's returned 3 goals.
3 goals
in what, 4 or 5 games?
Yeah, absolutely. The character.
Excellent return.
Yeah, terrific. And he did really, really well there. Got ahead of Dramé, and Dramé's no slouch.
No.
And here he is, and Riggs got in front of him, but the ball goes out.
Yeah, I think you're right, James. It must be the reflection
for a Hull City throw.
But even though he got in front and he ran a long way with the ball, Nick, it was his calmness.
And also, Dramé, I think, made a challenge on him in the penalty area when he lifted the ball over the keeper. he did really well because Pandor came out to really close him down. And Isidore managed just to clip it over the Croatian. The ball rolled into that empty net to give Sunderland the lead. 1-0 Sunderland lead. We're in the 66th minute. Still a long way to go. But they've got their noses in front, having been the team that were actually the team that weren't having the possession.
Yeah, and you know what we're going to say now, don't we?
They need
Game should open up, says Gordon. Alex Taylor changed the screen out.
Indeed. We're not greedy.
No, but you know, we know only too well.
Need a second goal.
Another.
We do indeed.
They're about to make another change, and it's going to be Casey Palmer, the Jamaican international,
who's going
to come on. Is it a double switch?
Yeah.
And the ball's out for a Hull throw on the right-hand side in the 67th minute. And you can hear the Sunderland fans in that corner away from us. Coyle with a throw. Back heel from Balumi out for a throw to Sunderland.
Is it Slater coming on as well?
Regan Slater could well be, yeah. He started, the former Sheffield United midfielder at Norwich last week, but
thanks for the 4 subscribers again. Thank you very much.
This week by Xavier Simons, but he's going to come on now for the last 20 minutes or so. Neil trying to battle his way through. Mundle on the touchline, and in the end, too many black and amber shirts around him. Sirkin stabs a foot in there. Malem trying to get away. No foul, says the referee as Malem goes down. The ball played over the top for Isidore to chase, but it's way too far over him. And it's back with the goalkeeper. He rolls it out to Hughes. Hughes now wide on the left to Dramé. Dramé to Miller. He moved to England when he was 13 years old. He started his footballing journey at Fulham, then went to Liverpool and Basel, where last season he was loaned to Preston for a season and then signed by Hull in the summer, the 25-year-old. On the halfway line, Jones for Hull City, wide to Coyle, down the line to Malem, back behind Coyle, and he's having to battle here with Mundle, and Coyle wins the free kick, takes it quickly. Rolling ball, says the referee. They'll have to take that again, and the substitution's being made now, and it's Puerto who's coming off for Slater.
It's number 20, sponsored by Elevation Yorkshire, Gustavo Puerto. And the racing team is number 27, sponsored by Total Improvements.
And Hull are making all the subs so far.
And it's Malem coming off for Palmer.
It's number 8, sponsored by Well Wellbeing, Marvin Mayland. And replacing him is number 45.
Yeah, we know what Palmer's all about.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, you know, don't give him time because he'll try to dictate play.
Do you remember the last 2 years? He's been at Coventry the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And remember last season that Coventry was an absolute handful.
Correct.
And he's taken up a position sort of forward, attacking midfield. Casey Palmer.
Yeah, just playing that 10 role.
Yeah. And here is Coyle on the right. Out wide to Slater.
Kill this game off.
Sunderland leading 1-0, 20 minutes to play. A throw to Hull on the right-hand side. And Balumi beaten by Sirkin, who finds Isidore.
Would we still make subs, lads, at last? Do you think we should still
inside
make subs
to Rigg.
or keep this one inside?
Palmer slides in and wins the ball, then is tackled by Mundle to Neil. Palmer thought he was fouled. He wasn't. And now Rigg. And he's rolled it to Roberts, right side of the penalty area, dribbling into the box, pulling it across the 6-yard box, and it whizzes across the face of Isidore, across the face of Mundle, and out for a throw on the left-hand side.
And what did he do, Nick?
Put it on his
I think they've used
right
all the
foot,
subs year,
he went to the byline
to pull it back. And Sirkin's waiting for the ball to come back here.
Can Sunderland hang
so
on?
He can take the throw
go and
for
get that
Sunderland.
second goal. I'd definitely get Brown and Connolly on now, West.
Sirkin then, 10 yards from the corner. Back it goes to Job on the left-hand side. Job plays it back again to Neil. Neil looking for Rigg here. Palmer's on his shoulder. Back to Neil, crashes into the referee. Drop ball. And the home fans They're furious with Bobby Madley for starters, and that has just compounded it for them.
Yeah, because that's what they're complaining
I'd like
about
to see
from the corner kick. They thought he got in the way, which allowed Sunderland to counter-attack.
That was the right decision by the ref. He bumped into him.
He's not popular, is he?
He's playing a blinder.
Bobby Madley from Wakefield. He's a Yorkshireman. I don't know what they're complaining about. Here's Mundle trying to get into the penalty area on the left-hand side. It's tapped away by Coyle. Mundle's on the floor. He thought he was foul, but there's no free kick. Here's Regan Slater. He turns and gets the ball out to Coyle, looking for Palmer, who gets his foot to it, to Balumi. And Balumi swings a beautiful ball into the penalty area to Miller, but his control lets him down. It spins off him behind for a goal kick to Sunderland.
It's an excellent pass out by Balumi.
Palmer's added a little bit of physicality to this game. His strength is evident. Sunderland are going to make a change.
A bit Brown for Rig or somebody.
I don't think the ref's been that bad. Apart from that, I think it's because of that handball he missed. I think that's what they're bitter about. And to be fair, the whole
with a goal kick. Strong, driven ball right through the middle. Looking for Roberts. He just couldn't bring it down. The flag had stayed down. That would have been a direct goal.
Been an assist.
Assist
controlled by Roberts there. Never mind.
But it's back with Hull, with Jones inside to Hughes. 73rd minute, Hull City 0, Sunderland 1. Live on BBC Radio Newcastle. And high ball up towards Speedier. Mepham again beats him to it. Hooks it away. Coyle on his chest, brings it down. Isidore on his shoulder. Gets it back to Pandore. Isidore goes to close him down, and could be cut out by Rigg, but somehow Hull managed to restore their composure and intercept the ball and get it back and up to Palmer in the centre circle. He plays it back to Jones. Jones down the right wing now to Slater. Regan Slater leaves it for Palmer. Palmer forwards to Balumi. Gives the ball away to Jobe. Jobe now in the middle of the Sunderland half. Squares it to Rigg. Rigg out to Roberts on the halfway line on the right-hand side. Roberts taking this on now, trying to get past Dramé and Miller, and he's stumbled slightly, and Miller's able to stab the ball back to Hughes. Now to Simons.
He's a runner, Miller.
In the middle.
Miller.
He's still going for the middle, looking for Bedia, but there's Mepham again. Bedia just must hate the sight of Mepham, and Aaron Connolly is going to come on.
They picked the wrong pass, didn't they?
He's been solid
for Sunderland,
believe it or not.
So Aaron Connolly, and I'm sure he'll come on for Isidore, is, I assume, going to come on to make his debut at his former club. The ball out on the right, and how often do players score against their former club?
He might come on for Roberts.
Think so? We're about to find out. Coming on for Isidore. So 74th minute. Well, there's applause around the stadium for Connolly.
Of course, Connolly got on a free. Andrew Moore, yeah, it's absolutely
Isidore
class. Isidore's gone off SJ.
Off the pitch.
Connolly is on.
He's put a shift in the lad.
Well, he can't do any more than score, can he? So, a goal for Isidore. He's heading down the tunnel. I know he's got he's slightly winded. He's sort of clutching his stomach, isn't he? Yeah. He's not entirely comfortable, but he's headed eventually into the dugout, and the ball back
Thanks
with
for the subscriber.
Hull
Thank you very much.
Here in the 75th minute, just over a quarter of an hour to play. Sunderland leading through that 63rd minute Wilson Isidore goal. So now Connolly playing up through the middle.
Come on, son.
Up there with Rigg actually, and there's some two up front as Pandore plays the ball out to Hughes, to Dramé, and Dramé, Roberts patrolling him, gets the ball across to Jones, now Coyle, and Coyle lifting one down the right wing, looking for Balumi, drops over Sturkin's shoulder, Balumi into the corner, and the Algerian crosses, looking to try and find Regan, Slater and now Miller at the corner of the penalty area. He's taking the ball to the goal line, trying to pull it back. It's a corner. Good defending by Hume.
It looks lively, Donny Miller, on that left-hand side.
It is Marine.
Now.
Beyond's definitely gone.
Especially with the likes of Wilson, Isidore off.
Baloumi's gone across.
There's a couple of
Baloumi
blues
to take the corner.
I don't know whether
Could
that
be
was
short. Casey Palmer's gone across to that far side. It is a short corner. Palmer now rolling it to Slater at the corner of the penalty area. Back to Baloumi on the left. He's trying to shake off Connolly, and the ball off the head of Bedia, wide of the right post. It's a foot or so wide from Chris Bedia, who's got 2 goals this season, here against Cardiff and away at Queen's Park Rangers in successive games. But of course, last time out, Norwich put 4 past Hull without reply. O'Nien looking for Neil. Bedia goes to close Patterson down. He swings his left foot through it, up into the Hull half. It's headed down by Jones to Xavier Simons, who's going to get the ball back and lays it off to Coyle again. And Coyle now calmly just waits and looks for an option, looking for the run of Bedia on the shoulder of Mepham, of course. And Bedia inside to Baloumi, out to Slater on the right. Slater across to the back of the penalty area, over Roberts' head. It drops for Palmer. Inside now to Simons. Simons closed down by Jobe. Simons still has it, rolls it down to Slater on the right, drives it right across the 6-yard line. Nobody there to stick a foot on it, and it's out to Drame, wide on the left. Inside again to Liam Miller. And Miller on the left, cutting inside, rolls it into the middle to Simons, who's urged to shoot. He does so up into row 15. And we've got 12 minutes.
Come on, Sunderland, didn't sit back thinking you're going to win this on 1-0, because you won't if you do.
Brown, come on. Just give us that little bit of experience to see the game out.
1-0 to Sunderland, 78th minute. And Sunderland's fans singing their hearts out over in the corner. Patterson's going to kick this, all the players heading upfield. And towards this left
showing you the goal again.
Touchline.
Lovely little
Patterson with the kick then. Hangs at the moment for the air. Connolly beaten in the air. Coyle heads it back to Ivor Pandor.
Class by Wilson Isidore, that like.
To Charlie Hughes. Taps it back to Pandor. Pandor, edge of the Hull City penalty area in the middle. The centre-backs, well, one of them, Jones on one side of him, gets the ball to Drame, back to Pandor. Pandor now to Coyle. Coyle to Slater on this right wing. O'Nien closing him down, back to the goalkeeper.
O'Nien is
very high.
He is.
He's keeping an eye on play as he jogs back. He's pointing Connolly forwards.
Hang on, can
the goalkeeper being closed down by Roberts. He pushes it out to Coyle. Connolly putting pressure on Louis Coyle, who gets it wide now on the touchline to Jones, gets it down the line. Sirkin gets in front of Baloumi, who's clutching his ankle now, and gets himself up on his feet. Throw to Hull.
Yeah, he's travelled a long way, Luke O'Nien, hasn't he?
Baloumi
out there.
Back to Coyle. O'Nien's back in defence now. In the 80th minute, live on BBC Radio Newcastle.
Yeah, I know, fantastic for Connolly and Michael Brunwell. He's done really well, hasn't he?
And every night,
he's done really well.
6 till 8, Monday to Friday. Simon Pride, as Sunderland looking at making another change here. Hughes to Palmer, and it's going to be Roberts who's going to come off. And the ball back with Hume, to Roberts, back to Hume. Hume through to Connolly, is pushed in the back, wins a free kick just inside the Sunderland
half. Get a second,
half.
I think that'll kill the game off.
Not going to make the change just yet. They let the free kick get taken. Rigg now to Roberts on the right at the corner of the penalty area, still going on to his left in the penalty area and then back out onto the 18-yard line. Taps it behind him to Rigg, across to Mundle on the left-hand side in the penalty area. Takes it on towards the goal line, flicks it back across here. Rigg! Oh, side netting.
on his right foot.
There was a few roared then, thinking he'd scored.
Great play by Mundle.
And he might feel he should have done better. But he smashed it into the side netting, Chris Rigg. Goal kick taken. Substitution hasn't yet been made by Sunderland.
He didn't hit it cleanly, Rigg.
As Pandor
sort of hit it into the ground.
pushes the ball out to
anywhere.
Hughes. Back to Pandor with Rigg and Connolly pushing up. Roberts too. It's back with the goalkeeper. The home team supporters getting frustrated. The ball's played long up towards Ballumi, but O'Nien heads it down to Neil. He's driven it forward, and Job has picked up the loose ball from Simons. And Miller trying to get it off Job, but Job's taking this on out to Roberts on the right hand side.
Get up there,
and
Mundle.
Roberts, Job still going on forwards. Mundle's slowly but surely making his way up towards the penalty area. Comes back to Hume, back behind him to Neil, and Neil to Rigg in the middle.
Wheelie bins all over the place tonight,
Neil.
I think.
Neil out to Hume, inside again, but it's going to be picked up by Regan Slater. We're in the 82nd minute, and now away on the left, Drame down to Miller on the left, but in goes Hume, claiming the throw, and it's gone Sunderland's way. Halfway inside their own half. Still no sign of the substitution. Now it's going to be Brown who's going to come on for Roberts.
Brown and Meffem at the back. I mean, that's
just
quality,
peeling
innit?
off his shirt. And Mundle on the left here. Pedro Ribeiro having a conversation with Alan Brown. O'Nien plays the ball back to Patterson. Neil, Hume ahead of him in the middle, back to Dan Neil. He's trying to get away from Slater. In the centre circle, finds Rigg. Roberts is on the right, and Rigg still going, rolls the ball, lovely ball to Roberts on the right of the penalty area. In he comes, he tried to play it in with his left foot, it was blocked. Miller's got it back for Hull, and Roberts is trying to get the ball off him, but he slips the ball to free kick for a foul by Roberts.
That'll be the
on Hughes.
Roberts was playing there, like
last contribution to the
there probably is. I think that's probably
WWE throw to the floor, but he pats the Hull City player on the back and walks off. Silly from Roberts.
Frustration.
Yeah, it was frustration.
Unnecessary from Roberts.
And the ball held up. Roberts will come off.
Substitution for Sunderland coming off.
Gets both hands on the back of his shirt, just chucks him to the floor. Yellow card just before he guns off. Silly.
So, first booking for Sunderland. Roberts, to the annoyance of the home fans, is walking right across the pitch rather than going off on the far side, and they're going to make a double substitution. Hull City.
Yeah.
João Pedro, the Brazilian-born but Italian international, is going to come on. And Zambrano, the Ecuadorian, who's on loan from Quito in Ecuador, they're both going to come on. And Roberts still hasn't come off the pitch yet.
He's only got little feet.
Small steps.
I forget that second, Marine. I'll be buzzing.
Roberts is 10 yards from the touchline. And
I'll have to take sleeping tablets, I think.
Meets Alan Brown. And coming off is Hughes.
Anybody know what the Man City score was earlier? Was it 1-1?
And the other player coming off is Simons.
Also coming off is number 18, sponsored by New Shropshire Buses, Xavier Simons.
263 now watching. Welcome to every single one of you.
Oscar Zambrano.
So an Ecuadorian and an Italian
last year, didn't it? That surely must be the last
Hull
sub.
City now. One cap João Pedro got in 2022 for Italy in a World Cup qualifier against North Macedonia.
Yeah, they've gone for it now. They've gone for it at the back, Nick.
Here,
so
with
Hull
5
have gone
minutes
for
to
it.
play,
That means we can counter-attack.
Hull have made all their
Man
changes.
City won 2-1.
Sunderland lead 1-0, but Slater's in the penalty area, pulls the ball across the penalty area, and Hume on the penalty spot kicks it out.
I thought Sirkin was going to touch him then when he was flying into the box.
Yes, just worried about giving away the penalty, but the ball swept into the penalty area again. Comes off Miller's head, he'll chase, but the ball will roll away from him. A forlorn chase, a throw to Sunderland in the last 5 minutes of the 90, leading 1-0. João Pedro signed from Fenerbahce in the summer, but he had a loan at Grêmio in between times. As the ball headed on by Drame, hooked in the air by Brown. Miller gets above and heads the ball forwards, back over the head of Hume, towards Connolly. He's thrown to the floor by Drame.
Excellent play that.
Strength, just holding up.
Gives Sunderland a breather.
Yeah, free kick for Sunderland just inside their half on the right-hand side.
And that's good night, game hour.
Pedro Ribeiro comes out for a word in the ear of Regis Lebris. Free kick taken by MACKEM. Looking for Mundle, headed away by Coyle. Sirkin hooks it on again. Coyle leaves it. He's just found, Mundle has found the ball loose from Coyle. Now to Sirkin on the left. Sirkin tapping it down to Brown. Brown on the touchline, just holding it for the moment, then playing it back to Jobe. Jobe, Palmer in front of him. Jobe goes round him, slips it through now to Neil, then to Connolly. Connolly, edge of the area on his right hand side to Rigg, who's offside. Flag comes up. Just to the right side of the 6-yard box, Rigg trying to wriggle his way through. And the ball rolled out to Drame. Sunderland 1-0.
I don't think it'd be that many. 4 maximum, I would say.
In the 88th minute, Coyle down the line to Balumi, trying to find Slater, but finds Jobe. Jobe on to Connolly, who's tripped by Alfie Jones.
Well done again, Aaron Connolly. He's won three free kicks.
Just a few more minutes for Sunderland to see the game out. Wilson Isidor's goal in the 63rd minute.
Hull City manager still furious.
Swings the ball across to the far side. It bounces down in front of Chris Rigg. He controls it and tries to slip it past Drame. He gets to the edge of the penalty area, goes down rather heavily, probably a little bit too easily. And Bobby Madley's completely unmoved. And there's no appeal from Chris Rigg. And the ball finally out for a throw to Hull on the far side. Quickly taken, back it goes to Drame and the goalkeeper. Coyle on this right hand side, and Coyle bringing this up to the halfway line. In the 89th minute now, looking for Slater, back to Balumi on the right, and Sirkin goes tumbling over, picks himself up quickly, and O'Nien has to react quickly here with Patterson, because the ball slipped right through. Bedia was looking to get on the end of it, but Patterson has it. Exploit the chance just to let the clock tick down a few seconds. Bedia stood in front of him. Patterson bouncing the ball up a couple of times as we creep towards the 89th minute. Hull City 0, Sunderland 1. Patterson kicks up into the Hull half. Coyle volleys it on to the head of Alan Brown. Comes down to Slater to head on. Up goes Neil, trying to bring it down for Brown. And trying to get on the end of that was Zambrano. And eventually it comes down to Slater on the right-hand side. Down the touchline to Balumi, trying to get it in the middle to João Pedro. But it's come up, back up the other end to Hull's goalkeeper, Pandor. Passes it out to Coyle. Coyle now, again bringing this out for Hull City in the last minute of the 90. Swinging it over to Liam Miller. Up goes Hume, gets his head on it. Rigg now trying to play it down the touchline for Hume, but Miller gets in front of Hume and plays the ball inside to Alfie Jones. Jones forwards to Zambrano. Zambrano out to Drame on the left wing. Miller's just behind him, and the ball, well, that looked like it went out, but the flag has stayed down. Miller's got it now for Hull City, and we've played the 90. And there are no 4. That's what it says, 0-4.
It said 4 minutes, didn't that?
Assume that's 4. And we're into the first of those 4 minutes. Would imagine it would be the other way around. And it come up 40 minutes as Coyle inside to Zambrano. And it's played it to Drame, out to Miller on the left-hand side. Sunderland having to defend here, Miller slipping it into Palmer, Miller again, just outside the penalty area. Drame on the left-hand side, down to Palmer, on the left, back inside to Zambrano, forwards again down the left wing to Miller, and Miller now with Hume on his shoulder, crosses, looking to try and get it to Beattie, who stabs it out to Coyle. It's crashed off Luke O'Nien back into midfield. Zambrano brings it down in front of Connolly, plays it onto the head of Balumi, heads it up to Beattie at the edge of the offside at the edge of the area, and it's a free kick to Sunderland, 18 yards out.
Stop panicking, man.
And we played 1 minute of the minimum 4. Sunderland leading 1-0. Patterson strolls out to take the free kick. Sunderland minutes away from returning to the top of the championship. They'll go a point above Burnley as Patterson, and Burnley are Hull's next opponents here on Wednesday night, when of course we're at Luton Town. Mundle tried to control the ball, but Coyle's got it. It broke for him. Over the head of Bedia, drops for Meckham, through to Rigg on the halfway line. Behind him is Brown, and he's trying to step away, but he's tackled. But the ball breaks for Connolly. Connolly out to this left-hand side. That's 2 minutes of the minimum 4 have been played. Mundle taking it down into the corner sensibly, and being pulled about by Coyle on the goal line. Mundle eventually loses it to Slater, who gets it inside to Zambrano in the penalty area, the whole penalty area. Out through Drame to Miller on the left wing. Hume in front of him. Miller's got to try and get past him. Rigg comes in to help Trey Hume. It comes back to Drame. Looks for Slater here on the right, just inside the Sunderland half. Down to Balumi. Balumi trying to cut back inside. He swings the ball into the penalty area. Pedro is headed off in by Mepham for a Hull corner.
Goalkeeper's coming up.
And Panbor is racing up here to join the attack. Balumi's gone across to take the corner on the left-hand side.
Somebody's got to pick the keeper up, be aware.
I think, well, Rigg momentarily did. I think Connolly.
That's football.
And now Rigg again on the goalkeeper. It's swung in here by Balumi, headed on by Pedro, and over the bar. Momentarily, his head in his hands, Yao Pedro, but it's a goal kick to Sunderland in the last minute. And Patterson goes to retrieve the ball, brings it back to his 6-yard line, 40 seconds left. And Patterson, Sunderland about to win 1-0 with the goal kick. All the players drift towards this near main stand. Patterson then with the kick for Sunderland, driven with his right foot down to the left wing. Mundle keeps it in with his head. It doesn't know. Out it goes. Throw to Hull. Coyle takes it quickly. 15 seconds or so left. Jones puts the ball up. O'Nien heads it away from Pedro. Rigg trying to get away from Zambrano. Drame puts his foot to it, straight into the path of Hume, who's just happy to pass it out for a throw inside the Hull half to Hull City on the left-hand side, and we're into the 5th minute of added time, and there won't be any more. Sunderland have won the game 1-0. They go back to the top of the championship. Wilson Isidore with the only goal of the game in the 63rd minute.
Excellent result. Loads of positives out of that game, Nick. We talk about the first 30 minutes of the game. We were too comfortable, weren't we? We just needed that to be ruthless. And you've got to say, what a good goal it was by Isidore. He's round 40-50 yards with the ball, but his composure at the end of it, just to sink it over the goalkeeper. It was a well-earned 3 points for the team.
Players all out to thank the travelling support, 2,200 Sunderland fans. I don't think any of them have left. Meanwhile, you look round the rest of the bowl of the stadium,
fire drill at
it's virtually empty.
You're welcome, Jonathan.
In the first half, it was like a mirror of two halves, wasn't it? Sunderland had all the possession in the first half and Hull counter-attacking. Second half, it was Sunderland who had all the possession. It was Sunderland counter-attacking. It was from one of those counter-attacks. It was from a Hull corner that Sunderland scored.
And you've got to look at, what did Patterson have to do in the whole of that 90 minutes. And, the only criticism you might say is that could we have been a little bit more ruthless around that 18-yard box? Because we were comfortable with the ball. We dominated, as I said, the first half an hour of the game. In fact, we was too comfortable. But you've got to say it was a well-earned win today.
It was a good win.
You know, that's a point about Sunderland. They do try and overplay it. Would that be fair? They do try and walk it into the net sometimes.
Yeah. And sometimes it's a little bit of frustration in it, really. You look at Patrick Robertson, he'll be a little bit annoyed with himself because he had plenty of the ball. He just found it difficult at times, you know, decision making. But, you know, Chris.
Well, there we go. What a great 3 points that is. Was it nervy, would you say? Well, so-ish. Cheers, James B, for popping in. Cheers, SJ. Thanks, Michael Wynn. Jonathan Mark, thank you. Doug B, Luty, everybody who's popped in once again. Nice one. Cheers for the commentary. You're welcome, James. Sorry I had to do the commentary for the first 20 minutes as the stream was down. You're welcome, Paul. No problem at all. I'd take a point from the Luton game. Yeah, that's just the horrible place to go at SJ is Luton. I hate playing down Luton. It's like Coventry. We just never seem to do well down there, but who knows? It's just such a narrow pitch with a intimidating crowd, and it's a difficult place to go. And they run a high from 3-win against Watford. But we're concentrating, and let's just milk this win away from home. Alex Taylor, you're welcome, mate. Anytime. Anytime indeed. Rico, thanks a lot, mate. You're welcome. And it was a cracking goal by Wilson, wasn't it? That was just brilliant. But yeah, I'll be doing a review of this later on. Dougie Stewart, anytime, mate. Thank you for popping in. Peter Harvey, you're welcome, mate. Roll on to Luton. Thanks, MACKEM CABBIE. Lassie's won as well. Yeah, I know. And we're king of the North East because we're the only big team that won in the North East, as the Middlesbrough and Newcastle all lost. And Razzle Clark, you're welcome. SJ, yes, we were terrible 20 minutes from the end of the first half. Yeah, we weren't the best, but we showed class when we went forward and scored. That was quality. I was happy with that. I'll take that. And so far, we're back to the top of the league. Absolutely brilliant. So I will end the stream there, and I'll be doing a review of the match. Thanks, Colin Horton. You're welcome, mate. And I'll also be doing the alternative commentary. That's always a good giggle. And the MACKEM CABBIE and Davey show on Monday night, 8 till 9. So you're welcome to join then. So in the meantime, go and enjoy your Sunday dinner, everybody. And put an extra bit of mint sauce on and celebrate that 3 points. God bless from MACKEM CABBIE. Happy Sunday. 3 points, however.